Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the home of all things FIFA career mode. Now that the bugs have finally been fixed, it's now time to share with you my favourite Youth Academy tips for FIFA 22 career mode. If you pre-ordered any version of FIFA 22, you will be lucky enough to have a homegrown talent every new career mode, and they are identified by this email. They are always head and shoulders above any other players already in the academy, but are they playing in their correct position? Use team management to check if they would get an upgrade by moving them to a different position. If a positive number is identified in team management, use the development plan to change the player to that position, and by changing to that new position, they should receive an overall upgrade. In addition to a homegrown talent, you will also get a handful of players already in the Youth Academy. Most of which will not be worth keeping, but you never know, you might be lucky and find yourself a hidden gem already in the Youth Academy. The next tip is pretty obvious, and that is to get the best scouts available for your budget. And this has been made a lot easier by the option of having a financial takeover at the start of every new career mode. Unless you're starting way down the leagues in a Road to Glory career mode, I recommend no less than a 4-star scout. But any higher than the second division, I fully recommend getting 3 5-star scouts. Statistically, you are more likely to find a better quality of Youth Academy player more often in countries that cost more to scout in. And the 4 regions that cost the most to scout in are Northern, Southern and Central Europe and South America. Now you can still find top quality Youth Academy players in the other regions, just not as often. If you're looking for a particular position of Youth Academy player, use the player type to filter. If you're not, you can still get good results by using any. The most commonly returned positions when searching for technically gifted are central midfield, central attacking midfield, left midfield, right midfield or centre forward. When searching for winger, the most common positions are winger, right and left midfield and striker. Physically strong, you are most likely to get a central defensive midfielder, fullback, centre back or a powerful number 9 type striker. When searching for playmaker, the most common positions are central attacking midfield, central defensive midfield or centre forward. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what position is going to be returned when searching for goalkeeper. The most common positions when searching for attacker are central attacking midfield, winger or centre forward. And finally, the most common positions when searching for defensive minded are central defensive midfield, which are easy to convert to centre back or a full back. Never have all your scout reports returning on the same day. Always leave a few days in between. Using this example, we have the first scout report returning on the 2nd, the second report returning on the 6th, and the final report returning on the 9th. And this is really important for the next tip to be effective. Now, anyone who thinks this is cheating must be so much fun at parties, but please remember to save your game the day before every scout report is returned. And by doing so, if your scout report then returns a group of pathetic players, you can then simply reload the save from the day previous and try again. Now, the really exciting people who have never broken a single rule in their life might call this cheating, but personally I prefer to think of it as manipulating the game to our advantage. Now, it's very easy to cast your eye on your scout report straight away and spot any stars. Now, the 4 important factors when looking at a Youth Academy player while still in the scout report are age, value, overall range and potential range. Now, the first thing I always look at is the overall range. If the higher number is not in the 70s or 80s, that player is disregarded straight away. Youth Academy players have to be 16 or above to be promoted through to the first team. The player's value is decided by mainly their overall, but potential is also a contributing factor. Potential status is only visible for players who have an overall of 60 plus. Use as many development plans as possible while your player is still in the Youth Academy. Whether that be a change of position which could ultimately result in an overall upgrade, or if it's just upgrading skill moves, weak foot or work rates. And make sure to keep an eye on when each development plan has completed and start the next one immediately after. On the 1st of every month, you will get a detailed, updated report on all the players in your Youth Academy. It's very important to pay close attention to these monthly reports, as a lot of the time the player's potential range will narrow. And if a particular player's potential range has dropped that low that he's no longer going to be part of your first team plans, you've got to be ruthless and release them. Try to leave your players in the Youth Academy for as long as possible. If you're in no rush, always wait until you receive this email. So as soon as you have received the youth player is unsettled email, it's then time to promote them through to the first team. However, if you are using a top division team, most of these youth academy players, even when promoted, will still not be first team ready, which leads us perfectly on to the final tip, which is to loan out your youth academy graduates until they are first team ready. Youth academy graduates who are exciting prospects, or even better have potential to be special, will still grow well when out on loan. But being out on loan should also protect their potential, as they shouldn't get downgraded for getting insufficient game time. So by combining these very simple tips, you are now ready to start a successful FIFA 22 Youth Academy career mode. However, if you have any tips of your own, please feel free to add those to the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to tune in next time. But until then, it's FCG out.